Hi everybody! It is late at night again, and here I am to review your photos. I wanted to let you know that a couple things coming up. Number one, your course evals are coming up. They're going to open, I believe, on the 15th. And please, 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 please complete your course evaluation for me. It is so important to me that it's really my evaluation. So I hope that you will do that for me. And then the other thing is I've been looking into our historical processes, and I've really decided on one, but I am going to leave it kind of open-ended in case your, I don't know, your wallet or your insatiable curiosity wants to explore another one. So I'm going to leave that one open-ended, and I'll be sharing that with you within the next 10 days, let's say. So I'm going to leave it open for a long period of time, and then we'll have a week that it's due near the end. So you have plenty of time to get your materials. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at our landscape photography. And let's see. I mean, this is so gorgeous. I am just in love with this context sheet, and so this is Holly. Holly, I think your contact sheet is so pretty. I love the reflections in it, and to be honest, I would have gone with, like, I'm a sucker for reflections and things that other people call errors, like lens flares. So, I mean, even this one I think is spectacular. But some of these, aberrations, call them if you will, are a little distracting. So I would have gone for this one, really. Or this one. And I can't remember which one you picked, but so beautiful. So gorgeous, and such lovely symmetry. So many of these are really, really good. I think that we had a great, successful week. I love, what's fun to look at with the contact sheets is you can see the whole composition in just like a nutshell, basically, like a thumbnail. And I love this little S curve on the shore here. So pretty. And let's see, and you love everything outdoors and nature, just like me. I'm so glad that you enjoyed this week. And wait a minute, this is your backyard? Oh, this is the pond that your father built. Okay, I remember reading this now. And I really like the natural color of it. I mean, I think that here in Hollywood, Orlando, they do like to dye bodies of water just for tourists, but I kind of think that the natural color of the water is, just fine. Okay, very good. So Ansel Adams famously said, a great photograph, and I'm really paraphrasing here, is about finding the right place to stand. So I like that you walked completely around the pond, and wow, what a huge pond. I'm impressed by your dad. So this is a gorgeous photo. Beautiful, and I love that symmetry, like I said. So I think you made some really good choices here. Same here, except like here I see tack sharp clarity in the foreground, and here I see it too. This one, we don't really get that. So even though you have a nice deep depth of field, there's no tack sharp clarity. So I would probably maybe choose a different one besides that one. But other than that, great, great, great work. Love it. Okay, and then Ivy, oh wait, Holly doesn't have a panorama. Okay, so Holly, I'll come back to that idea in just a minute. So here's Ivy, and she did her backyard as well, and she's saying the clouds moving in front of the sun made it hard to get correct lighting on each picture. And so then you went to the lake. Alright, and then you ended up getting these attachments. The reason for that is because these are raw files, so it probably wouldn't attach so large an image and just made it like into an attachment. So this what do you call it? File extension. This file extension is Camera Raw. So I believe that is from your iPhone. Yep, so that's what it says on my iPhone, HEIC. So you would have to open those up in Photoshop and save them as a JPEG in order to see a JPEG. That's my stepper. Okay, here we go. So what I'm noticing with your panorama is not only trouble with the lighting, but I see 4 images, and I can easily spot which ones that you chose. So what I wanted you to do with your camera is kind of make yourself into a human lawn sprinkler. So you start at one side of the scene, take your shot, hold steady, move a little bit, hold steady, take your shot, hold steady, take your shot, hold steady, take your shot, hold steady, take your shot. You see what I'm doing? Hold steady, take your shot. So it was to be 6 to 10 images. And then when you enter them into Photoshop, it will automatically put them together. You don't have to do it yourself at all. So you might want to try that exercise again. And again, okay. So hold on, what's happening? Here we go. I went the wrong direction, maybe? There we go. Okay, so so you went to the lake, and again I'm seeing 4 separate images. This one is more seamless, so it must have been more even lighting, I'm guessing. But they look really separated, so there's an actual line, and that should not be happening if you're putting them through the panorama generator in Photoshop. So you might want to get in touch with me, and we can go through this again, and I will help you, and we can do it over the phone, and we can make a seamless panorama for you. We might even be able to use the images that you have. Okay, and then here is your single images. I mean, just lovely. So pretty. It's so nice to let that aperture go really tiny, so you have that deep depth of field, focus throughout, and I mean, this is fun, right? We know what's happening here. And I'm guessing that's your man, husband, boyfriend, brother maybe, not sure, just guessing. And maybe this is son or brother. This one's really pretty. I love the colors of it. It's a little faded out from the sunshine, but I love the colors through the windshield. This is actually a great shot on its own. Very nice. Okay, here we are at Madison, and Madison is on Unit 6, which is fine, you know. We're all pros at Unit 6 now, and we were talking about still life with interesting lighting. So she tried using candlelight, and she says it wasn't bright enough. She tried using a flashlight. Yeah, that is really bright. But you know what? I really love this subtle lighting. I think it's really moody. You know, we've just got a little bit of light here, and enough light to tell that there's texture on this door and see the shape of the metal letter and, you know, this plaque. So I think I would really like that image. And the candlelight one, so pretty. I think it's beautiful. Now if this were a raw image, you could adjust the exposure just a little bit and raise it up so that we can see a little bit of detail in the background, but it's really not necessary. I mean, for this project, we were to do interesting lighting, and so all I was interested in was seeing, you know, your choice of lighting. We're getting light through the glass and reflections on the glass, so I think that's really beautiful. And then here, I mean, what a sweet little, I think this must be kitchen, and your plant, your cactus that's flowering here, that's so pretty. This one is a little out of focus and maybe needs some straightening, but what a nice house. This must be pleasant to come out and get a drink of water at night, you know, and see this. So I think that is well done. Alright, here we go with Melissa. And Melissa had quite a collection of different compositions. And I applaud you for that, Melissa. You're really experimenting with different compositions. You know, you're framing different shots with different ideas. And looking at these images, I think there's a lot of good ones here. And I think you did an amazing job with your straight horizons. I mean, if you did that by hand, bravo. That is gorgeous. And I see you playing with the horizon line. And, you know, the subject and the arrangement of objects. I love the near and far. And, you know, rule of thirds. So smart. So Melissa says she spent 2 days taking 287 photos. That sounds just like what I would have done. Maybe even 3 or 4 or 5 days, maybe every day, until I feel like I got something good enough. The clouds were out both days, which I love. Okay, me too. And when you can get that definition in the sky, you know, raw files, oh, so brilliant. So you drove around the countryside, near your mom's house, perfect weather, so enjoyable, so like a little fall trip. I don't know how hot it is still there, but it's still really hot here, but it still feels cooler in the morning. Ah, so you had to make the aperture smaller. So f32, wow, that's really small. So that's why you got that deep clarity, you know, that deep depth of field. And then she gave us some specifics here. That clarity slider is just too much fun in Camera Raw, isn't it? My professor, when I was getting my MFA, told us you can't go higher than 8 or 9. And I was like, why? It looks so good. So I'm not judging you there. Not by her standards. Cotton Field with Tree is my favorite. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, wow, what a panorama. Beautiful, seamless. So nice. I love it. And this is very nice as well. I like I think that you mentioned this, like the interaction with the color of the hay with the trees, you know, and the bark here. They're like speaking to each other through color. And then you've got this fluffy little cloud above your lone hay bale. So just lovely and super straight, delightful. And I like how we're following this, you know, little dotted line here. So it takes us through the image. And by keeping our interest, you know, with all of this variety and pattern, we keep looking at the image. We look at it longer. And that's the sign of a successful image. This is gorgeous. I think this is like calendar worthy. What a cool picture. I mean, the cotton field and the clouds, there's just, you know, it's poetic. It really is. Lovely. This is a keeper. Okay, down to Sydney. She was at a fishing tournament. So she was down at the lake. Panorama. Yeah, it does take some getting used to. And landscape. Yep, everyone's favorite because it's just, you know, it's right there for you. But getting those camera settings right, I think we were all very successful with that. Oh, and these were the comments, which I thought were notable. It's so interesting to me, you know, your opinion is becoming more advanced with each photo shoot. And you guys are so sweet to each other. Okay, I know that I noticed what you're talking about, Melissa, with the rock. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at Sydney's. And I think Melissa mentioned as well that this, you know, has that kind of 70s Kodachrome, you know, those washed out colors, which to us are nostalgic. And I don't mind them at all. You know, you can slap a filter on there, but if you get it, you know, really honestly, you can tell that it's not a filter. This is the real deal. And I love it. I love that, you know, it's like robin's egg blue. That's what we used to call it. I don't know if anyone uses that term anymore, but I'm always here to rescue it. And then this is the one that, you know, we've got some interesting interplay of objects here. So we've got this little rock. You know, here it is. And it's leading us, this is like a starting point. It leads us along the shore with its color, and then out on the pier, and then into the distance, and there's beautiful leading lines. The colors are all harmonious, and yeah, this is a lovely image. But there's just something about that rock. I think it's the color. You know, that just that little bit of golden, you know, peeking up out of the water. It gives us a starting point. You know, it's like a focal point. So I really like that image. And this one as well. This one as well has, you know, off center. We've got this pier. And this person out here wearing red, which is, you know, our eye just jumps to that red. And so the pier is our starting point. It leads us through. So this is also a really nice composition, and you've got good detail throughout. And this one's very nice as well. And you know what I love about this? It's the cloud reflections on the water. It almost looks like, you know, at first that the water is foggy because we can't see all of the clouds that are above. But once you figure it out, it keeps you looking longer. And again, that is the sign of a successful image. Keep us in it. Keep us looking. The longer we look, the more successful you are. And then this is Sydney's contact sheet. Let's go in on this one a little bit bigger. I can. Okay, well that's PDF, but we'll take it. So I was looking more closely at these as well, and I think you made some good choices. You know, this one's definitely a keeper. This is nice with the pathway and the shadows, but I think there's like a little bit of distortion here. And, you know, it's like a picture story of your day. Oh, this is the one that I wanted to point out. Look at that. Look at that symmetry. And, you know, we've got this little star up here, this little cloud that's really standing out amongst the rest. And it's reflected in the lake. Yeah, I might take a look at this one again. Maybe keep that in the mix. Okay, everybody, I think that's enough of me talking and you listening. I will go ahead and enter your grades, and I will talk to you all very soon. Look forward to hearing your course evaluations. They are anonymous, but I get to see them after the class is over. And they are, like I said, my evaluations, so hopefully you'll be kind, and hopefully I've done enough for you. Please reach out to me if you feel like you need more help, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.